Thank you, my good man. You have made my day. I'd love to give you a little compensation, but I know the rules of the post office, so you'll just have to accept my gratitude instead. Thank you. Alan! Alan, look what the mailman brought.
Mail, I'll bet.
Jimmy Lee in Brazil. Oh, if Sean Donnelly only knew, huh? Huh. One for me and one for Celia.
Well, let's hope Jimmy Lee found out what Sean's up to down there.
Well, they certainly know a hell of a lot more than he did when he left here. You can count on that.
Alan, have you seen my car keys? I
Not
can't
now,
see 'em.
Monica, please.
Not now. I have to get going. Can't you at least do me a little favor?
I got a letter.
Wonderful.
I'm sure that Alan will help Monica find her keys, dear, so you can read your letter.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Monica would like to hear the letter, too, inasmuch as it's from Brazil.
Jimmy Lee?
Anybody else you know in Brazil?
Yes. No, I don't know, but yes, I'd like to hear. What does he have to say?
You need to get to the hospital. You can take my car.
No, I don't have to get to the hospital, Alan. I just had things to do, but, look, Rick and Bobby are holding down the fort today for me, anyway.
Now, let's see. Dear Edward. So, all in all, there's nothing new to report on the Cassadine Company. Edward's man in Sao Paulo was right on target. All those company ships are nothing but a bunch of burned-out, rusted hulks. I miss you all, etc., etc., etc. Oh, damn.
Is that all?
Well, he lost 3 pounds.
Maybe that's a ploy to get Celia to worry about him so she'll ask him to come back.
Well, Celia's getting her own letters, so, I mean, if he wants to give up, I'm sure he'll tell her directly.
He better stay where he is. I hope he's smart enough to dig deeper. You've got to find out what Sean's up to down there.
Well, of course, Jimmy Lee's not going to go anywhere until he gets us some useful information. I'll see to that. Now, Monica, what about you?
What about me?
Well, you sure you didn't pick up some important details when you...
Edward, I have told you everything Sean has told me. Well, if you like, I could go to his office today and see if something new's come out.
I'm so glad I was here when the letter came. I can't wait. Edward, I hope that isn't my letter you've opened.
Well, of course not, Celia. Your letter is your own private business. Here you are, my dear. We've already read ours.
I think it's dreadful that Celia couldn't go on that trip with Jimmy Lee.
You know, she doesn't need you to remind her, Lila. Go ahead, darling, read your letter. I mean, don't let us interrupt you.
Oh, you're not. You're not. But I think I'll go down to the gatehouse and read it.
Celia, as long as you're still here, why don't you stay for breakfast? You can read your letter in peace and quiet and then join us when you're ready.
Thank you, Lila. Okay, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Well, come along, everybody. I think Stella is waiting for us.
Lila, I really have to get going. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, you do that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised what Jimmy Lee has given her a fuller report that he gave us.
He wouldn't dare.
Well, he's a quartermain, Alan.
Morning.
I would love to think that that singing and that smile was just because I was here, but you were doing that in the other room.
Actually, you're right on both counts. I just came back from seeing the gentleman at the bank, and it seems I'm their fair-haired boy again now that all my loan payments are current.
Well, do you think you could handle any more good news?
I am completely insatiable.
No, that. Well, listen, Edward, Alan, the whole quartermains, they got a letter from Jimmy Lee today from Brazil. It seems all of that information from Edward's contact about the Cassadine shipping fleet Jimmy Lee has just bought. He is a bundle of misinformation.
You know, that is probably the best wild goose chase I ever invented in my life.
Oh, well, poor Jimmy Lee. But it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
What about poor Alan, poor Edward, and poor Celia?
I wonder about poor Jimmy Lee and how long you can keep him in this state of confusion.
Long enough for me to get back on my feet again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried again about if he will stay there that long. Sean.
Do not worry. I have my contacts in Brazil, and when the time is right, they will provide Jimmy Lee with massive hints about some mysterious deal. And with your help, I'll continue to tantalize Edward with more and more misinformation. But let's forget the quartermains for a while, shall we? I hate to think that you came all the way down here just to report to me about Jimmy Lee's letter.
Of course I didn't.
Of course you didn't. You got it, right?
I miss you, baby. Love, Jimmy Lee.
You told Stella that I do like
Well, I never know what to give you.
All right.
Oh, Celia, I know that you rushed through breakfast just so that you could read Jimmy Lee's letter again.
Well, you know how it is. You read it once, and then you read it again to make sure you didn't miss anything, and then you read between the lines.
Well, darling, don't stop reading on our account.
You know, I'm so glad that we're going to see more of you now that Jimmy Lee's away.
Thank you, Lila. That's a nice thing to say.
Here, let me give you a little more light, Celia.
That's all right. I'm fine, Edward.
No, darling, no, I insist. Yeah, now, isn't that better?
No, thank you very much. Yes, that's great.
Do you think Jimmy Lee's handwriting is anything at all like mine? Here, let me take a look.
No, I don't. You know, I don't think that your handwriting and Jimmy Lee's is anything alike at all. There's no similarity.
Father, excuse me, I need your signature on this, please. It's for the accountant.
Just got to look at that letter. What do you want me to sign?
Nothing. I wanted to know if you saw the letter.
Well, I told you, I almost had a chance if you hadn't called me away.
Edward is very curious to read your letter.
Really?
Oh, yes, I know he is. I can tell.
Oh, dear. Lila, I'd better get going. Would you walk me out?
Well, of course, dear.
See you later.
Yes, okay, fine, bye.
Alan, hey, look. Celia forgot her letter.
Good, read it quickly before she remembers she comes back. Well, does it sound as if he's holding out on us?
I don't know. You take a look at it. Seems innocent enough, but part of it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh.
What? What's uh-oh for?
Well, it just occurred to me, maybe Jimmy Lee's writing in code.
Code? I didn't even know he could write in English. Where would he learn WSB tactics?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he took some lessons from Anna DeVay.
I can't tell you how much I enjoy spending time with you, you know?
And I can't tell you how not guilty I feel.
Does it bother you?
No, I like every moment I can spend with you.
And how long do you think we can stretch these moments today?
Oh, no, not long. No, I really should get going.
Really?
I mean, no, I don't really want to have to explain to Alan and Edward why it has taken me quite so long just to go on a spy mission.
You're absolutely correct. I'll get your coat.
All right.
Okie dokie. Shall we?
Okay.
Where did you park?
No,
Near the docks, or-
yeah, I'm right down.
Well, I hope you don't mind my making myself at home.
Oh.
Oh, not at all, Celia. I just wish I'd known you were out here, that's all.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not in any hurry.
What can I do for you?
That's what I was going to ask you, actually, Sean. I've decided to make your company my #1 priority while Jimmy Lee's gone.
#1 priority.
Yes. Well, Jimmy Lee is a partner of sorts.
Oh, well, I'll be glad to give you the same update I just gave Monica.
Yes, I drop in now and then.
Well, actually, I'd rather be on the scene. And since Felicia's gone, I'm sure you have a great deal of paperwork. I could be of help. And what's good for Sean Donnelly is good for the Holt's 10%.
Sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
Right. I'm ready to start work immediately.
All right. Some invoices just came in. They're on my desk. Why don't you take care of them for me?
Why, certainly, Mr. Donnelly.
Well, certainly. Do not panic. Don't panic.
Look, she's going to be here. She's out after her interest and Jimmy Lee's interest. Alan wants more of his share for me, for him, and this company. Can't you get rid of her?
I doubt it, because she's going to stand on her 10%.
Okay, then what is this going to do to our relationship?
Well, We'll have to be like porcupines. We'll have to handle our relationship very carefully.
I couldn't find any invoices in there.
How odd. Did you look at on the table near the wall?
Yes, I did. The only thing I found there was an empty wine bottle and 2 glasses of wine.
Well, excuse me, I'm gonna go.
All right, fine. See you later.
Look, Celia.
Drop by again. Celia, if you are going to be working here, why don't you start by answering the phone,
Of course.
Thank you.
Donnelly Shipping Company.